All right, so I'm back with some rowing form checks. So this is Gigi. She works out with me in the gym, but she hasn't been doing a lot of rowing with me. One big thing that I'm seeing is she's kind of slamming that handle back into her chest. Really, we just kind of want that handle to kind of brush against our t-shirt and come in and go right back out. Thinking about that change of direction not being so forced, right? We just want to tap the ends, boop, 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 versus a hard line back and forth. But the biggest thing is we want her body to get over before those knees start to bend. So right out of that finish right here, she's coming in. We want that body angle, the arms to extend first, the body angle to swing, and then the knees to bend. And you can see right now her knees are going to bend right up into her hands. Now, not the biggest deal because Gigi is not the tallest, longest person. So her knees are likely not going to get in her way. But she's not in an efficient position or an effective position to produce a lot of power in the catch. Because her body hasn't set over yet, and it's just starting to get there. But by this point, her body's kind of gotten in the way, and you can see she's starting to hunch her shoulders up to try and get that reach at the very end. One quick little side note, I wouldn't recommend rowing in lifting shoes. Now, this is what Gigi had. She just came off from doing some barbell lifts, and I asked her to row for a little bit, but the lift in the shoe is just going to lift your foot up more. Plus, more than that, the shoes are meant to be really rigid. And so we don't necessarily want to have a really rigid shoe when we might need to pick our heel up. So that is just a little side note. But if Gigi were in a better position here, right, she would probably be able to connect more to the machine in this front end. And what's happening is she's probably not feeling anything in the machine until this point. And so then the stroke becomes very short, right? And that is often why you will see someone throw that damper up to a 10 because they don't know how to access that front end of the stroke. And so they only get the second half and they feel like, oh, it needs to feel heavier. I need to do more. So I need to turn the resistance up. The damper is not the resistance. This is a variable resistance machine, meaning the amount of work you put into it is how much you get out of it. So what you see, and the reason why I know that is because right about here, Gigi starts to bend her arms, right? That's where she's starting to feel that tension on the chain. And if you remember from my other form check, at no point do we want the arms and the knees to be bent at the same time. One should be straight. So if your arms are bent, your legs should be straight. If your legs are bent, your arms should be straight. So if there's nothing else we take away from that, that is what we want. And then lastly, pull those straps nice and tight. You can see your feet starting to pull away. So the first thing I would have Gigi do is change her shoes. The second thing would be to put her feet in and pull those straps nice and tight. The third thing would be making sure she knows where we want to get that body to before the knees bend. Because right here, I don't even know if she knows that, right? We want to keep the legs straight, swing the body forward with the arms extended. Then we take a mental note. That's where I want to be before the knees bend. And then we go from there. More than likely, this will solve a lot of other things. So we kind of have to find the thing that's going to create that domino effect as we go through. I don't even think I can show you. I could probably show you on the way back where Gigi wants to be with her body angle over, which is a little bit more like that position, but even a little more body angle over. And again, you can see those arms bending before the legs are all the way down. So all of this will just help to make this stroke more efficient. And like I said, Gigi's not super tall, so we want to make her super long so she can get the most out of every stroke. So ensuring that body angle over, getting the reach up at the front end, all of that is going to ensure that Gigi's going to get the most out of every stroke, no matter how big or long or tall we are. We just want to get the longest stroke that we possibly can. And we're usually going to get that from that hip hinge, getting it over and keeping it over as we drive back. So kind of connecting on that front end. So hopefully that helps. Seeing another person go through the stroke. Maybe you're doing some of those things, maybe you're not. If you are and you want me to check it out, let me know. Happy to help you with your rowing stroke.